I've talked about my love for survival games in the past, as well as my fascination with flight. Aloft takes those two concepts and combines them in a wonderful way. In Aloft you gather blueprints and resources to transform flying islands into ships that you and friends can fly around as you restore the ecosystem of other flying islands. As Aloft is still in early access, it doesn't have any accessibility settings. However, there is still plenty of time to have accessibility settings added. Soaring through the sky on a glider or riding my island to new archipelagos was a lot of fun. If you want to hear more on my thoughts on Aloft, check out the related video.
By now, if you have seen any of my other videos, you know that I enjoy a lot of cozy and/or relaxing games, which is why my love of the game Amber Isle should not surprise you. Come with me as I walk you through this relaxing paleo venture. Amber Isle doesn't really have any accessibility settings, but that is okay because of how simple of a game Amber Isle is. You play as a paleo folk, a humanoid dinosaur who operates a mercantile shop on Amber Isle. During your time on Amber Isle, you have to gather resources to craft into stock for your shop, craft decorations to refurbish the various biomes around the isle, inviting new paleo folk to the island, and overall, doing your best to help restore Amber Isle to its former glory. Check out the video below if you want to hear more of my thoughts on Amber Isle.
By this point, it is no secret that I love cozy and/or simply relaxing games. Animal Crossing New Horizons is no exception, but is an interesting case for my love of cozy games. I started playing Animal Crossing at the peak of its hype in 2020. Animal Crossing is one of few cozy games that keep pulling me in, even if only for a few days, and then I don't touch it for a year. Something about its gameplay scratches an itch for me that not many others do. Like many other Nintendo games, Animal Crossing doesn't have accessibility settings. Unless you count an unofficial trick known as time traveling as an accessibility setting, which I kind of do, and here's why. I am an early riser, get up at 4 a.m., and I am in bed by 8 p.m. There are bugs and fish in Animal Crossing that are only available outside of those times. And while I do stay up late sometimes, it is never for Animal Crossing. It is usually for more engaging games. I also have a bad habit of setting off to 100% a game, and then stop playing it long before I complete it. But with Animal Crossing, whenever I come back to the game, that urge returns. So it is less of an accessibility setting in the sense that I need to use it to be able to actually play the game, but more as a convenience kind of thing. If you want to hear more on my thoughts on Animal Crossing, check out the video below.
Like and subscribe so you do not miss out on this week's video, where I talk about Animal Well, a unique Metroidvania filled with secrets and an eerie aesthetic. Be sure to also click the notification bell and set it to notify you about all uploads if you want to see more of my content. Another Crab's Treasure is a wacky Souls-like about a crab named Krill who has his shell stolen as collateral for tax collecting purposes. The game sees Krill traveling through the sands between to fight massive bosses, collect microplastics as currency, and get his shell back. While the game does have a wide variety of accessibility features, my favorite has to be the setting labeled Give Krill a Gun, in which Krill's shells are replaced with guns that always one-shot any enemy in the game. Many games have one-hit kill options, but to give the crab a gun is priceless. You can check out my thoughts on this below.
Ranger Role Puzzling Adventure is a unique puzzle game where you do not move around the world. The world moves around you. You play as Gemma, a girl who causes a mess wherever she goes. The game sees Gemma traveling across the world solving puzzles to help people and to defeat static monsters. The game doesn't have any accessibility settings, but that is okay because there isn't any risk of death or failure. The world only moves when you want it to. You can spend all the time in the world looking at the issue at hand, trying to piece it together. You can hear more of my thoughts below.
I have talked in the past about how much I loved first-person RPGs like Oblivion, Skyrim, and Fallout. Avowed scratched an itch that hadn't been scratched in a while. I have also talked about my love for wizardry in games, and again, Avowed gave me wizardry that made me feel powerful in a way I hadn't truly felt since I crafted overpowered spells in Oblivion as a kid. In terms of accessibility settings, Avowed has a decent amount, ranging from interface settings, controls, graphical, and even sound settings. You can hear more details about those in the video down below.
Baba Is You is a puzzle game that allows you to alter the rules of each level, such as changing Baba Is You to being things like Wall Is You, or Rock Is You, Flag Is You, etc. The puzzles can be extremely mind-bending, and the game's options menu is equally as confusing. I hope you all have a wonderful new year. Look forward to more videos out of LBG Reviews in 2025, even some new video ideas I want to test out. Check out the video below if you want to hear more about the bizarre nature of Baba Is You.
Backpack Hero is an intriguing blend between roguelike dungeon crawler, inventory management, and city builder. The unique ways that inventory management plays into how well you do in the dungeon makes it a very strategic experience, requiring a lot of forward thinking and planning. I made a video about Backpack Hero last year that really didn't get the love I thought it would. If you could check it out via the link below, I would appreciate it greatly.
My disability makes a lot of IRL card games challenging for me, but Ballatro's mix of poker and roguelike elements made for a really enjoyable experience. While the game does not have any accessibility settings, in the traditional sense, that is okay, as you can take your time in Ballatro. With so many unlockables in Ballatro, I know I have barely scratched the surface of this game's potential, but you can hear more about my thoughts on Ballatro below. As I mentioned in my short on Skyrim, role-playing games used to be some of my favorites to dive headfirst into. One RPG that I really haven't given as much attention as I should have is Baldur's Gate 3. Yes, if you have seen my video on BG3, even now, I still haven't gotten around to it. The game has a wide variety of accessibility settings, customization settings, and has such depth to its gameplay that you could play the game 10 times and not even experience half of what this game has in store. Ever since I first learned about it, that was one of the things I really admired in it. You can hear more of my thoughts on BG3 via the video below. Now, if you'll excuse me, there are some other games I need to get through before I dive in.
Bilkin's Folly is a hidden gem puzzle game about being a treasure hunter in search of your mother and your grandfather. It is full of complex puzzles and loads of optional content that feels very rewarding to complete. It lacks in accessibility settings. Sadly, the game's text can be hard to read at times, and the hints to various puzzles are so vague they feel unhelpful. You can hear more on my thoughts about Bilkin's Folly in the video below.
In the past, I have divulged my love of puzzle games, my love of roguelikes, and my love of mysteries. Blueprints is my ideal combo of all those concepts. In Blueprints, you play as the great-nephew to Howard S. Sinclair. Your great-uncle has left you his manor in his will, under one condition. His manor's layout is ever-changing. There are 45 documented rooms, with a secret 46th room. Your goal is to figure out how to access room 46. In terms of accessibility settings, there are no currently available options. However, in-game, there is an accessibility settings menu that when clicked on shows several grayed out options with a notice below them stating that the accessibility settings are still in development, and that the developers appreciate you taking interest in accessibility settings as it is an important aspect of the game to them. If you want to hear more on my thoughts on Blueprints, you can hear more in the related video.
Born of Bread is a goofy Paper Mario-esque game about a loaf golem named Loaf. The game sees Loaf and friends having to prove his father's innocence by gathering magical artifacts around the world. The game's soundtrack is very lovely, the comedy is spot on, the whole experience is to ride for. To check out how my opinion of the game leavened over time, check out the video below.
I enjoy a wide variety of games, but rarely do I get to have such wonderfully crafted reference materials for my videos, like I had when I made a video about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild last year. For that video in particular, I had teamed up with a team of researchers from a local university, who were conducting a study about accessibility features in video games. When Tears of the Kingdom came out last year, I approached the researchers about using some of the materials they had created in relation to improving accessibility within Breath of the Wild. Check it out via the link below.